Right now, a massive manhunt for the man suspected of killing a Somerset County corporal. These images captured by the cruiser dash cam minutes before the suspect fled in it.
Many times we're able to say that there is not an ongoing threat, but that's not the case today.
Residents are trapped in homes as officers try to track down 29-year-old John Williams.
I can't believe it's happening here. I don't feel safe anymore.
Many neighbors in fear for their lives.
This isn't something that happens on Jones Street in Madison, Maine. I am shaking so bad. I'm pretty scared.
Right now at 5:30, from SWAT teams to officers with guns, the search is on for a man suspected of killing a Somerset County Sheriff's corporal in Norwich Walk.
Let's get back to CBS 13's Greg Lagerquist. He's live to begin our team coverage tonight.
Yeah, thanks very much, John and Jen. We are live in Norwich Walk, a community in shock, grief, and fear tonight after authorities say that a man shot and killed a corporal with the Somerset County Sheriff's Office, leaving his body actually behind. Well, there's a vehicle going through right now, but just on the other side, there's a house there right along Route 2 here in Norwich Walk where authorities found the corporal's body around 7:15 this morning. The suspect then stole his cruiser. A lot to cover here tonight, but here's the image we want to continue to show you at home tonight.
The search leaving some in fear.
The fear that he might steal somebody's car or break into somebody's home in the area.
But others are locked and loaded.
Last night I slept with my gun right beside my bed.
Right now at 5:30, there is now a $20,000 reward for the capture of an accused killer who is still on the run tonight. At this hour, investigators are following up on every tip that comes in. Kim Block is live in Norwich Walk for us, and Kim, authorities did give a media briefing just a short time ago.
That's right, John and Greg. I am live now in front of the house where Corporal Cole's body was found. There's also a police command unit set up there.
John Williams is hearing this. I want you to turn yourself in.
We are also learning more about John Williams' history with police. Williams was with Christina Pomerleau on Saturday when she was arrested in Norwich Walk. Corporal Eugene Cole was present for that arrest. 200 different agencies and different law enforcement personnel are working in that search now, that search for the accused killer, John Williams. CBS 13's Marisa Bodnar is following that part of the story now. Marisa?
Kim, we have seen police everywhere around the county today. In fact, we happen to be live right here on Martin Stream Road, and we just saw some officers show up within the last 5 to 10 minutes. There are 3 of them here. You can see some of them are wearing bulletproof vests and they're carrying a gun.
On the ground and in the sky, hundreds of officers combing inch by inch.
We've been working around the clock
for this man.
3 days after the death of Corporal Eugene Cole, John Williams is still believed to be in hiding and on the run. What we're learning from the woman who helped to raise a suspected killer and found Corporal Cole's body in her yard.
I started yelling, waving my arms, and I'm going to cry at this point.
Jennifer Long is live now, where investigators just updated the public a short time ago. Jen?
Yeah, Kim and Greg, here's what we know at this hour.
The guy took my brother, but he also put my mother in the hospital.
Tonight at 5:30, heartbreak and stress for the family of a fallen officer.
His alleged killer appears in court with a bulletproof vest on after a days-long manhunt. We are learning new developments over the last week have been taking a toll on Corporal Eugene Cole's family.
As CBS 13's Lexi O'Connor explains, the corporal's mother is now in the hospital recovering from a heart attack.
I think literally a broken heart.
While she mourns the loss of her brother, Corporal Eugene Cole, Cheryl Cole-Sirois is now making sure her mother stays strong after suffering a heart attack 2 days after she learned her son was killed.
A nation in mourning over the loss of a life well lived.
We're going to miss her terribly.
92-year-old Barbara Bush passes away with the first man she ever kissed by her side until her last breath.
I married the first man I ever kissed. You talk about a bore. I am the world's worst.
Married 73 years, this couple remained an old-fashioned love story.
I fell in love with him practically at first sight.
Mrs. Bush will be remembered for her generosity, grace, and dedication to Maine and beyond.
What a life. She was an inspiration for all, no question.
A devoted mother, wife, and first lady to the nation. we honor a woman of class who will never be forgotten.
She was such a lady, just the ultimate lady, and she just was so kind and compassionate and just cared about people.
Tonight, a special presentation, Barbara Bush, A Legacy of Love. Flags are at half-staff at Walker's Point in Kennebunkport and beyond in memory of Barbara Bush, the wife of a congressman, ambassador, CIA director, vice president, and president, passed away Tuesday evening at the age of 92.
As we all know, she lived much of her life in the political and public spotlight, using her notoriety to champion the so many causes that she cared so deeply about. She, of course, spent her summers right here along the coast of Maine with her family. CBS 13's Jana Barnello has been in Texas all week for us, and she has details on that part of the story. Jana.
Family and friends of George Herbert Walker Bush are gathering in Texas, taking their seats now in the church as the nation says its final goodbye to the 41st President of the United States. In less than 30 minutes, a private ceremony will be held at St. Martin's Episcopal Church in Houston.
You can see just a beautiful church. It is the same church where mourners said goodbye to Barbara, his wife of 73 years, just this past April. The president will be buried alongside, or I should say following today's service in College Station near his library museum. He will be buried alongside the love of his life there and the couple's daughter, Robin, who died of leukemia at the age of 3.
To get to College Station, the president's casket will travel on a train named after him, and the route will be a celebration of his life, all on its own. CBS 13's Dan Lamparello joins us now with a look at 41's final ride. Dan?
Kim, it is an impressive ride, fitting of a president, of course. It consists of 11 cars, 2 locomotives, one of which is dedicated in his name, and we can pan over and you can actually see the large train set out here at the Union Pacific Yard in Spring, Texas.
5 years ago,
What the happened? Bomb?
bombs blew up at the Boston Marathon.
Suddenly, and this loud noise and a cloud of smoke.
And everybody started scattering every which way.
Lives were lost.
This doesn't make any sense.
She had such a kind spirit. She made everyone around her smile.
Hundreds were injured.
And there was a lot of crying. They realized they've lost limbs.
The deadly blasts ignited the hunt for 2 suspects. A week-long search terrorized communities
No suspects have been arrested yet in the Boston Marathon bombing.
and tested their strength.
I'm devastated that this came to our hometown.
But the attack revealed a new courage and spirit.
The resiliency the people showed that day was amazing.
Now, a special presentation, Tragedy and Triumph. How a city rallied from horror and heartbreak.
Thanks for joining us here in Boston. I'm John Chrysos.
And I'm Marisa Bodnar. Runners from around the world are in the city right now getting ready to embark on a 26.2-mile journey. The 2018 Boston Marathon is the world's oldest annual race, marking its 122nd year on Monday.
185 runners from Maine are registered for the race. The oldest is 76, the youngest is 20. The goal is to get here to Boylston Street, the final leg of the race.
Right now at 5, an official blizzard in Portland. Taking a live look at our windy city right now. This nor'easter is still slamming the region, bringing whiteout conditions and a lot of snow.
It's piling up fast and being blown around, leading to some giant drifts. The storm is also causing crashes and slide-offs on the roads. Officials are still urging people to stay home if possible.
And CMP is now reporting a nearly 1,800 outages. That jumping up just in the last half hour or so. And we still have hours to go before the worst is over.
CBS 13 is on your side with team coverage. Our crews are along the coast from York County up to Rockland and in between with the information you need to stay safe.
Right now at 5, the big dig. After more than 24 hours, our massive storm is finally starting to move away.
Those shovels, snow blowers, and plows all getting another workout, clearing away nearly 2 feet of snow in some communities.
Just an incredible scene. Cars encased in ice along the Kennebec River. This weekend's mild temperatures caused an ice jam, and you can see the severe flooding that hit places like Augusta and Hollowell, leaving those cars frozen in place. CBS 13's Dan Lamparello is joining us live in Hollowell, where crews have been working all day long, Dan, trying to remove those vehicles.
They have, Greg. They're still out here tonight, actually. Tonight there were at least a dozen cars frozen in place, as you said, in the middle of the road down there in this parking lot. The water still up to the bottom over here, bringing in ice just like this.
Rising tide.
This is unlike anything I've ever seen out here.
A massive storm spinning off the coast.
Man, oh man, these winds are strong.
Sends the Atlantic Ocean into streets.
It's more like marginal river down here. This is the highest I think I've seen the water in a really long time.
And homes.
This building right here is in jeopardy right here. You can see over the side there, the foundation is starting to crumble off.
The road closures and damage, when the winds will die down, and the threat for more flooding tonight. The Weather Authority team is on your side right now. At this hour, the tide is low, but it will build back up, meaning coastal communities will be back on alert.
And the jackpot in this past storm, Acton. The town in York County recorded 26 inches of snow. And in nearby Sanford, residents woke up to an even 2 feet. The roads today, not too bad for the most part, certainly a testament to the work of all those plow crews. And in the Lakes region, many communities got more than a foot of snow. In Naples, they officially got 18 inches of snow. We did stop by a gas station where we spotted a steady line of plow trucks stopping by to fuel up.
Been busy since about 11 o'clock yesterday afternoon and been non-stop pretty much. Went home, got a couple hours sleep about 3 o'clock this morning and got back up at 6 and we'll be out here all day today.
Now, they tell us they do expect to be clearing away snow tonight as well.
We are headed outside for a live look right now at our brand new ice rink. We're right in the heart of the winter season, and to celebrate, our engineers built something pretty special outside our studio.
Chief Meteorologist Charlie LaPresti is live now to bring you the forecast on skates tonight. And Charlie, it sounds like we'll be getting some more snow to freshen things up.
Yeah, you know, Kim, we'll probably have to cover up the CBS 13 ice skating rink tonight because a lot of towns here will get about an inch or two of snow overnight. It's not going to be a big storm, but we'll probably end up seeing a little bit of snow by the overnight hours.
Crack a can, pour a bottle, top off at the tap, or grab a growler.
Cheers, guys.
Mainers love beer.
This sour Southwester is awesome. Are you typically a craft beer aficionado?
Oh, too much, I think.
And business is booming.
We're making some of the best beer in the country.
There's just so many options, so many different breweries.
One after another after another. Breweries are popping up everywhere. For the first time, they're in all 16 counties.
Beer is diverse, and in Maine, I've learned that there's no limitation to that diversity.
But the craft beer craze didn't always exist. In fact, Maine is the birthplace of Prohibition.
It's amazing to see so many establishments that make and sell alcohol in the birthplace of temperance laws.
How the dry days influenced some of the toughest liquor laws in the nation. The one bill a century later that led to this brewery explosion.
It changed everything.
And will we hit a point of too many?
The sky's the limit for the Maine beer industry.
Now a special presentation, Maine on Tap, sponsored by Porthole Restaurant.
It's no secret, Mainers love beer. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jana Barnello. People pack tasting rooms like Rising Tide here in Portland almost every day of the week, nearly every day of the year. From IPAs, sessions, sours, and stouts to wild concoctions created with coffee, chocolate, and more. It's hard to find a bad brew, and there's a reason for that. The industry here is well crafted. It's bringing a lot of business to the state's biggest cities and tiniest towns. As of April 2018, there are 117 active breweries in Vacation Land. A recent report found the breweries added $228 million to the state's economy in 2016. And the Maine Brewers Guild says the industry employs 1,600 to 1,800 people. Those numbers are only expected to rise as Mainers' love for what's on tap continues. But the love wasn't always there. And to explain how we got here, we have to look to the past, specifically the mid-1800s. Known as the Maine Law, Maine was the first state to pass prohibition, which forbid the sale and manufacture of alcohol for pleasure. And as Greg Lagerquist shows us, 163 years ago this weekend, it led to violence and death in Portland, known as the Rum Riot.